sitting.
And clarify what we're doing for each thing, right? So I'm trying to show the differences. This occurred to me as a way to do it, and the similarities. So in theory, right, this is the final draft is due on Sunday, I think. But I wanted to make sure people were very clear and almost simplify this to make it.
And the one before was just the rough draft.
Right, so from the rough draft, you just paired up stuff, so hopefully you have the articles paired and you have some paragraphs to work with or begin with. But what I needed to do was clarify what you're trying to do in the essay, like in that one versus everything else. So the idea is annotated bibliography, you just find sources, you collect information. The questions are pretty basic. There's no thesis, no topic sentence, it's just collecting information. So the literature review, which we're doing now, you're explaining the sources in order to basically identify the subjects or show the subjects that you're going to be dealing with in the final research essay. So the questions are this: how do similarities and differences reveal the two main narratives? So here's my main point. What you want to do is talk about the pairs of articles in a way that allows you to establish whatever the two narratives are. So that's.
I'm sitting in class, got my pen in hand, gonna break it down and never understand. I'm dropping rhymes like Shakespeare and Milton. They call me the king, I'm building a kingdom. Gonna write my lit review, it's gonna be tight. Quoting all these scholars, I'm ready to ignite. Citing MLA, Chicago, APA. Crossing my T's, dotting my I's, no time to play. Straight out of English class, dropping the knowledge. Writing my lit review, paying homage. I'm spitting lyrical fire like I'm on a mission. Straight out of English class, with precision.
Its job is just to be like, okay, here are the two narratives. So for each pair of articles, right, you'd be like, this is similar and this is different, but you're trying to also be like, this shows or adds to the narrative about whatever, and this adds to the other narrative. By the end of the thing, you basically need to have your two narratives. You basically identified them and explained them a little bit. And then at the end, you know how you're comparing research articles. Also, a pair of research articles. That one, you just decide which elements you're going to focus on for the, of that list of.
Sitting at my desk, feeling kinda stressed. Got my laptop open, gotta ace this test. Flipping through my notes, trying to find the best words to impress, gotta finish this quest. Paragraph by paragraph, line by line. Structure it right, make it all rhyme. Citing my sources, taking my time. Gonna make this literature review shine. I'm writing the final draft for English class. Gonna get that A+, gonna make it last. Spitting words like fire, I'm a linguistic blast. Writing this essay like it's my own rap track.
Vicarious or whatever, transportation, elaboration, reflection, all that. But the main point here is, here's a pair of articles, here's how they're similar, and a quote, and how they're different. But as you're doing that, you want it to use them to help you establish what the narratives actually are. Does that make sense? That's all you're really doing. So I don't think, and then narrative persuasion comes into it sort of just with the research things. And then when we get over here, you'll have the two narratives going on, and then it'll be, you're going to apply the theory to those narratives, and you're going to figure out stuff like this. So what are the elements that persuade people for each of the narratives, and then which one's more successful and all of that. So they're different things, and the problem is they can blend together because this has, a summary and all that stuff. So I'm trying to make them very distinct.
I'm sitting in class, got my pen in hand, gonna break it down, you'll never understand. I'm dropping rhymes like Shakespeare king, I'm building kingdom. Kingdom. Gonna write my lit review, it's gonna be tight. Holding all these scholars, I'm ready to ignite. Citing MLA, Chicago, APA. Crossing my T's, dotting my eyes, no time to play. Straight out of English class, dropping the knowledge. Writing my lit review, paying homage. I'm spitting lyrical fire, like I'm on a mission. Straight out of English class, with precision.
So they're different things, and the problem is they can blend together because this has, you know, a summary and all that stuff. So I'm trying to like make them very distinct. All right, so this is sort of not. All right, let me try. Does that make some sense? So let's look at, I guess, see where people are at. So, right, you have a rough draft, which was basically the worksheet that was like mostly about pairing articles. That was the goal of that. And then you have some paragraphs that you wrote after it, which may or may not work, or be, you know, you can use parts of them or whatever. The other thing to think about, this is also where you might think about whether you need new sources or not all new sources, but some. Right? Because the sources here need to help you explain what the two main narratives are that you're going to focus on. So I need articles that are going to talk about the narrative that AI is going to save the world and that AI is going to destroy the world. Those are my two narratives that I need. And I need, if I don't have articles already that can help me say that, then I would try to find new sources that can.
Sitting at my desk, feeling kinda stressed. Got my laptop open, gotta ace this test. Flipping through my notes, trying to find the best words to impress, gotta finish this quest. Paragraph by paragraph, line by line, structure it right, make it all rhyme. Citing my sources, taking my time, gonna make this literature review shine. I'm writing the final draft for English class, gonna get that A+, gonna make it last. Say words like fire, I'm a linguistic blast, writing this essay like it's my own rap track.
And you never have to go back to like backwards, right? So whatever you did for the annotated bibliography is done. So you could just get new sources and then worry about them or use them in this one, and then hopefully the research. But this is sort of when you need to think about it, because very specifically you need articles help you establish the two main narratives, right? So we've gone from just get some subjects, get some the word narrative in the title, which was my attempt to try to get us ahead a little, but like, but now you know what they're for. So like, you know what you're trying to get out of them. So you can look at them and decide, all right, how do these help me talk about whatever? And all of our narratives are kind of basic on some level, like almost all of them are like for, against, or they're good, bad, or something like that. And all you're trying to do is be like, okay, so these articles, these two people are helping to, you know, establish or define this narrative. And I can see what that looks like, hopefully.